Hello and welcome to the Kamla Show, where we bring you interviews and conversations with technologists, entrepreneurs, filmmakers, and other newsmakers from in and around the San Francisco Bay Area. My guest today is Zoe Elton of California Film Institute. Every year, they organize the annual Mill Valley Film Festival, and this year, the festival runs from October 2nd to the 12th. 46 countries will feature their films here, and there will be 26 world premieres. Here's a clip from the film St. Vincent, starring Bill Murray, which will be featured in the festival, and then an interview with Zoe. She shares what are some of the films that are going to be shown at the festival and the guests that are going to be there, and the overall theme for the festival.
I want to close this account.
$112.14.
All right, small bills.
No, you're overdrawn that much.
What does that mean?
It means you hit zero. Here's zero. You went below zero.
Okay. This is my tree. You wrecked.
Stay here.
I'm calling the cops.
Is everything okay? I'm Maggie. I guess I'm your new neighbor.
So?
Well, we're moving in.
This is Oliver. You can lead us all in morning prayer.
I think I'm Jewish.
Good to know.
Sir?
Take me, God. Don't play with me.
I was wondering if I could use your phone.
My house? I can watch the kid after school. I can do $11 an hour. Let's go! Here's a dime. Call your mom.
Costs more than a dime.
All right, here. Costs more than that. Call collect.
You like him?
He's interesting. In a grouchy sort of way.
Hey, look, it's Oliver.
You need to defend yourself or you get mowed down. Get out.
I'm small if you haven't noticed.
And so is Hitler.
That's a horrible comparison.
What kind of a man takes a child to a bar and to the racetrack?
Who passed in your Cheerios?
Is there anything going on that we should be aware of?
Well, I don't want to take up all your time.
We have loads of time.
I'm gonna show you one thing. Do it right and break the guy's nose.
Break his nose.
Relax. You're not gonna get it right.
A saint is a human being we celebrate for the sacrifices that they make, for their commitment to making the world a better place.
Why is he mowing your dirt patch?
I'm showing him how the world works. You work, you get paid, you drink.
Are you drinking alcohol?
I honestly don't remember.
I have with me Zoe Elton. She's the program director for the Mill Valley Film Festival, which is in its 37th year this year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kamla. Oh, yes, 37 Mill Valley Film Festivals. Well, I have a feeling that if we keep on doing it, we'll eventually get it right. But at 37, we're really one of the prime film festivals in the United States. And we're very lucky, I think, to be here in the San Francisco Bay Area, which really has one of the most vibrant film communities, I think, in the world.
So Mill Valley is right north of Golden Gate Bridge, and it's home to a lot of musicians, filmmakers, and artists. And this year, the festival runs from October 2nd to the 12th. Talk to us a little bit about the opening night film, the closing night film, and the theme for this year's film.
Well, we will be opening this year with two films. The one is The Homesman, directed by Tommy Lee Jones, starring Tommy Lee Jones, also starring Hilary Swank. We do know that Hilary Swank will be here in person. And the other film that we'll be opening with is Men, Women and Children by Jason Reitman. This has an amazing ensemble cast, and one of the cast members, Anson Elgort, will be here. And we're closing the film festival with Wild. It's a film by Jean-Marc Vallée, who made The Dallas Buyers Club. And this film is based on a memoir by Cheryl Strayed. And it's about a woman who goes on a long, long hike journey as a way of sort of redeeming herself. The lead actress is Reese Witherspoon, and Laura Dern is also in it. So we are taking the opportunity to tribute Laura Dern, who's an amazing actress, has a phenomenal career. So our closing night will not only just be closing night, it'll be a closing night tribute to Laura Dern.
Oh my God. What have I done?
I'm sorry you have to walk 1,000 miles just to
Finish that sentence. Why do I have to walk 1,000 miles?
Happy trails, Cheryl.
Turn away from the sound of your own voice.
You get lonely.
I'm lonelier in my real life than I am out here.
Follow the avalanche.
Must have been some breakup, huh?
Breakup is sort of a shorthand. How much do I love you? I miss you. God, I miss you. My mother was the love of my life.
And the theme for this year's film was when I looked at it yesterday. I looked at your Facebook page yesterday, and you had all the films listed. The word that jumped out was technology and science. How did you end up with so many films that are about either scientists or technologists or just about technology? And I'm thinking of Mr. Cumberbatch's film, for a starter.
Well, good question. I think one of the most anticipated films of the year is Benedict Cumberbatch's new film, The Imitation Game, which is about Alan Turing, who is really widely acknowledged as essentially the father of computing and computing sciences. The story really revolves around what he did during World War II as a very brilliant young man who was instrumental in cracking the Enigma code.
This war, we're not winning it. If you speak a word of what I'm about to show you, you will be executed for high treason.
It's beautiful. It's the greatest encryption device in history, and the Germans use it for all communications.
Everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable.
Let me try, and we'll know for sure.
Mr. Turing, do you know how many died because of it?
I don't.
3, while we've been having this conversation.
Gentlemen, meet Mr. Turing.
We to work together then. I'm afraid these men would only slow me down.
Popular at school, were you?
We're short on staff.
We get more staff then. You have 6 minutes to complete the task.
Is that even possible?
No, it takes me 8. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
You said to do it in under 6. What is it that we're really doing?
We're going to break an unbreakable Nazi code and win the war.
Oh.
You know, to pull off this irascible genius routine, one actually has to be a genius.
Interestingly, there's another British film, The Theory of Everything, starring another great British actor, Eddie Redmayne, which is about Stephen Hawking. So kind of interesting that we have these two British films about phenomenal brains of the 20th and 21st centuries.
Come on, get up.
Morning, Brian.
Stephen, are you aware that you've voluntarily embarked upon a PhD in physics?
Hello.
Hello.
Science.
Arts.
I'm a cosmologist.
What's that?
I study the marriage of space and time.
The perfect couple.
One never knows from where the next great leap forward is going to come, or from whom.
What if I reverse time to see what happened at the beginning of time itself?
Wind back the clock.
Wind back the clock?
Keep going.
I don't know how.
Yet.
Keep winding.
Where to?
It's called motor neuron disease. Life expectancy is 2 years.
I want us to be together for as long as we've got.
It'll affect everything.
You don't realize what lies ahead. This is going to be a very heavy defeat.
But I love him. And he loves me. We're going to fight this illness together.
But also, there were other films that were coming up. How I Came to Hate Math, The Immortalists, Yalom's Cure, and it's sort of interesting to us, really, how sometimes the themes that we come up with for the festival, we don't impose them onto the films. They really come out of what film artists are thinking. So this came about very organically, and we think it's very appropriate in San Francisco, which is which is now sort of technology heaven, and it's always been a place that's been in the vanguard of a lot of movements, social and intellectual, through the years.
You also have another theme, and I picked up women, because you have opening night, you have Hilary Swank, closing night, you have Laura Dern. You're honoring Elle Fanning. So I see a lot of women, and even in your previous festivals, you have spotlighted women quite a bit, from what I recollect.
Well, we like to make sure that there's a balance. We really do. And we like for women to be inspired to make films, to author films, to write films, to direct films. And sometimes that can be best expressed through the stories that are involving women. So it definitely is a commitment for us, just as it's a commitment to make sure that we have films from as many different countries in the world. We want to make sure that women's voices are heard. So yes, we do very consciously look out for works by and about women.
Now, is there a chance, I've been reading this article in the local Bay Area papers about how last week Bill Murray was out here in the Bay Area. He drove from Oakland to Sausalito. Anyway, do you think there's a chance that Bill Murray may show up because he's showing his film St. Vincent?
Well, as you know, we've only just announced that we're showing St. Vincent. And I believe he's quite a mercurial kind of guy. And I think he's one of those guys who, because of this extraordinary career that he has, he doesn't necessarily want to be boxed down. So, we literally just booked the film, I think, yesterday. Of course, we always ask, can they come? And if he does or not, remains to be seen.
How do you pick your films? You go to Cannes every year, and you have a lot of Cannes winners in this festival. You have Mr. Turner, you have the Canadian mommy. You called him what did you call him?
Oh, the enfant terrible of Canadian cinema. Well, yeah, Xavier Dolan. I mean, he is 25. And he has this is his fifth film. This is his fifth feature film that he's completed. One of the things, actually, you mentioned women filmmakers. When he received his prize at the Cannes Film Festival, he kind of grabbed Jane Campion, the New Zealand filmmaker who was the head of the jury this year, and told her that when he was a teenager, which is not that long ago, he saw her film The Piano, and it really inspired him to write great parts for women. It's kind of great to see that, and to know that we do inspire each other by the work that we do, and how important that really is. But yeah, there are a lot of films from the Cannes Film Festival. We do go to that every year. But also for me, I went this year to the Guadalajara Film Festival because we're doing a special focus on Latin American and Spanish language cinema. And that's a great place to find films from Mexico, because it's in Mexico, but also from the whole of Latin America and other Spanish language areas. So that really informed Viva El Cine, which is this special section that we're doing this year.
Your focus is on Latin America and Mexico, but you're missing the film Wild Tales.
There's always a few films that get away. There really are. You should see the list of films that we begin with at the beginning of the year. And you mentioned to me Birdman the other day. So I came into this year thinking that Birdman was a slam dunk. Literally. I was talking with the distributor. We have a long relationship with Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, the director. He's been to the Mill Valley Film Festival many times with his family. And it seemed inevitable that we would get it. And we were kind of offered it. And then other things started happening. We thought that we might have been able to do a tribute to it, to Michael Keaton, its star. And what happened was it's a film that is set in New York. And so the New York Film Festival chose it as their closing night. And the New York Film Festival is right on top of the same dates as Mill Valley Film Festival. So, and they had to have a premiere. So the politics of film festivals got in our way. And, for them, it was the great synchronicity of having a New York story be able to close the festival, which would be great. So we have Wild closing the festival, and I'm very excited about that.
And you had the director of Wild's movie last year. In fact, that's the movie you showed right after the press conference, Dallas Buyers Club. Tell us, what did you think of Wild? Because you've seen all these films. Don't give the story away, but tell us, what was it about the film that appealed to you? Because this stars Reese Witherspoon.
Wild is a film about a woman who has gone through various adversities, and in order to try and regain her sense of self, really, she goes on a huge hike along the Pacific Coast Trail without ever really having been a hiker before. It's based on a true story. And I think one of the things about Wild that is so terrific is that you get an ongoing sense of the evolution of a person who's been kind of damaged by life, and the way that it reveals the story is an incredible journey, as well as the physical journey itself. So I think it's a film that is being highly anticipated, will touch a lot of people, and it's going to be, I think, a great way for us to conclude our festival this year.
The other part is the music part, and this year you have I almost fell off the chair when I read Metallica was going to be part of your festival. How did that come about? I mean, talk independent films. You're talking, very different films, and here you have this hard-edged rock band, Metallica. And what are they going to be doing at the festival?
Well, behind every hard-edged rock band, there are film enthusiasts. And some of them live in Marin County. Lars Ulrich, the drummer, their office is based in San Rafael. So they have a local connection. And it's so interesting. I mean, what would be the chances of getting 4 guys in a major rock band to choose 4 different films that come up so differently? I mean, Kirk Hammett is like one of the world's greatest horror fans. Dracula versus Frankenstein is his choice. I mean, how wild is it that there just happens to be a film about drumming, Whiplash, that Lars Ulrich has chosen, and that Robert Trujillo is actually producing a film, Jacko, the film about Jacko Pastorius. And James Hetfield chose the recently restored The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which has to be one of the world's greatest big screen experiences. And in other aspects of music, we have a film about Frank Zappa. Yes. It really kind of runs the gamut. And another Z word, Zakir Hussain, who, again, is really a local treasure. So Zakir's daughter has made this film that is called Sessions, Zakir Hussain Sessions, and it's a concert film. So, as somebody said, it's kind of like the next best thing to being like right up front and center. Zakir will be here to present the film at its first screening with probably a couple of the other musicians who will be in town. But it's a great way of honoring the Bay Area and this, what amazing musicians we have here.
Ganesh Rajgopalan. Rakesh Chaurasia. Niladri Kumar. Thank you all very, very much.
How did you get started, watching films? And how many films do you watch in a year?
Getting started watching films? Good question. I mean, I grew up in a generation when you could only see them on screen. So I grew up in a small community in the west of England and, just saw the Disney films and that kind of thing until I was a teenager. And one of my great friends was the daughter of an artist and a painter and an art historian. And she took me to see some films that I would never have seen otherwise. Then I moved to London, went to drama school, and right down the street was an amazing art house cinema. And I got turned on to Birdman, Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, and it was transformational. But I'm a theatre person by profession, and I got involved with the Mill Valley Film Festival when it first started, and I had recently moved to the Bay Area, to the San Francisco Bay Area. So it was really coming from my background as an artist and as a theatre writer and director myself that had me enter into this sort of parallel career with film.
And how many films do you see?
I have absolutely no idea. Math was never my strong point. But it's a lot. Well, during something like the Cannes Film Festival, you can see or cover as many as 5. It's a lot. And so, in these very dense periods of time, you can see a lot of films, or I do see a lot of films.
If you were to pick a few films that folks may love watching at Mill Valley, what would your picks be?
So hard. Some personal favorites: Timbuktu, the African film, La Tiricia, a very beautiful film from Mexico, a long list of things by John Sanborn, Free, documentary about one of my most favorite performing groups ever, Destiny Arts Center in Oakland. I could go on and on.
Zoe, thank you so much for your time and best of luck with the festival.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Constable, Turner.
You're still making your nice little pictures, Mr. Turner.
She'd make a fine subject for you to paint.
Oh, is that so? I shall cogitate upon it.
When I experience a masterpiece such as yours, I am struck by the clarity with which you have captured the moment.
Why on earth would he go and do that? He's ruined a masterpiece.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Mr. Turner seems to have taken leave of form altogether. Turner.
Clearly losing his eyesight.
A masterpiece I here present, which Mr. Turner has just sent.
I believe you to be a man of great spirit and fine feeling.